Hello, welcome to my home. If you're new here, my name is Karen. Getting my makeup on for the day. I was so tempted not to do this, but I really do prefer to have makeup on. It's actually 10 o'clock, so what I want to do today, let me say that first, is I want to do like a total house reset, refresh of just going around the house cleaning, putting things in order. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to get done. I'm going to go room by room. And the reason I don't know what I'll get done is when my energy's done, I'm done. So my husband's going into work today. And for me, that's always a good day to do a reset because he's not, I don't have to kind of like watch out for where he's working or anything like that. I'm feeling kind of shaking. I don't know why. Maybe I've had too much caffeine. I'm also going to start up in my bedroom and the upstairs because I always start downstairs and then I don't get upstairs because I lose my energy. So it's a me first world. Not that I'm trying to be selfish. Obviously I'm taking care of my people, but you're usually on the bottom of the list. So I'm going to start in my room to make sure I have the energy for my room, work my way down. It also helps that Yvonne just cleaned my bathroom the night before last. The night I was out with my husband on a date, she surprised us when we got home. She's like, "Oh, the bathroom's all clean." And so that was a huge blessing. So the day started early. Our youngest cat, 4 years old, Leo, had a vet appointment. Some of you know he's been sick, ear infection, and then he got all crusty and he was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder that's like lupus. So he's been on a very high dose, actually, of prednisone. And then he also had a cold that wasn't clearing. So finally they put him on an antibiotic. He's losing weight. Poor little buddy. He started out at 12 point something. Now he's 10.9 pounds. Ugh, it's been a journey. I mean, one night my husband and I were out and I'm getting desperate calls from the girls because he had hid in my room in a box and they couldn't find him. They thought he went off somewhere to die. I mean, you know how it is when you have animals and they can't tell you what's wrong. Anyways, he looks good. His feet look good. They're not crusty, so we're backing up the prednisone now. So we're going to keep up with the antibiotic and the prednisone, but backing up on things. We don't have to shampoo his feet every night, which is good because you can imagine cats are not in love with you messing with their feet every night. Because what you'd have to do, you put a collar on him, like a cone of shame, and you put the shampoo on, and then it has to stay on for 10 minutes, which is why he has to have the cone of shame on for 10 minutes. Wash it off, then take the cone off. So it'll be really great not to have to do that. We just have to keep an eye on his feet because then that's where it's going to come back first. So the day started early and then Yvonne and I went to Dunkin'. It was she's been doing all the medicine, all the feet shampooing. Rachel, my daughter, has been taking care of all the phone calls. The vet's office is so amazing. They call us every other day to check on our cats because Woozy had a skin infection. So it's been a lot over Christmas of vet bills and medication. I know there's insurance you can get for your animals. I don't know. I might have to look into that, especially if it turns out that we can't get Leo in remission. They said it's possible for us to get him in remission for it never to come back. He's kind of young for this. Usually it hits at about 7 and he's only 4. He is a shelter cat. Both my cats are shelter cats. We got him as kittens. But they both came from animal shelters. And not that it would matter, but you just never know what illnesses they might have too. So, or how healthy, they were, whether their mama was feral or what the situation was. So anyway, we did that, and the good thing about going in at 7:30 is you get in, you get out, you don't have to wait. Man, I am really shaky. I must have had too much caffeine because I had a Dunkin' coffee after having my coffee. So I want to get my sheets changed, my bedroom cleaned. I know will happen because I'm doing it first. And then we'll just see wherever the world hits me. And what I might end up actually doing too is making lists as I go, like a brain dump. I have a brain dump page set up in my planner so that as I go, if I notice things that need to be done but that I'm not really getting done today, I can put them on the brain dump for another day. So I might even, who knows, I could do some decluttering and organizing, as that's definitely in my January mindset. So you'll see in the title. If I got any of that done, I'll certainly put it in the title for you. Oh, and I also have a shrimp dish to show you. I completely changed it. So I kind of was inspired by a shrimp dish, an Optivia low-cal, or not low-cal, well, it is low-cal, but low-carb. But I changed it so much. Like, it called for cauliflower rice, and I ended up putting a cabbage mix in it. I threw some ginger in there. It did not call for ginger. I put a little bit of sesame oil in for flavor. It did not call for sesame oil. So I will tell you what it's called when I do it. So if you want to Google Optivia shrimp, it was a shrimp fried rice, but it has a specific name. You can Google it because all of those recipes are online for free. They don't lock down their information, which is one of the things I love about that company. Because it's not like Weight Watchers where you have to be, you're behind a paywall for everything. The only paywall in Optivia is the food. So free coaching, free resources, even the guides are online as a PDF for like, they're not behind a paywall either. So you could even look up Optivia guide, 5 and 1, 4 and 2, 3 and 3. Those are the different plans. They also have a plan for people who are having medically assisted weight loss, because they're not getting enough calories and protein usually, because it takes away your desire to eat, and which can be a good thing. Oh my goodness, look how dark those eyebrows are. I'm afraid that's how they're going to be today, so I better put some eyeshadow on. I am trying to use this up. It's not the right shade of eyebrow. And sometimes if I get it on too dark, there's no going back unless I want to take it off and start over, which I don't want to take it off and start over. All right, I'm going to finish up my makeup and then we can get started changing the bed, putting clothes away. I hope this motivates you, encourages you, or just gives you some relaxation as you watch me clean. And we'll get started as soon as I finish my makeup. You may or may not know this, but I am turning 60 years old this year on June 4th. And so I've been kind of thinking, I had read that when you turn 40 and when you change or turn 60, that those are 2 years that are like the biggest biological changes in your body. And I feel like I'm already feeling it. So I'm thinking about things I need to change that will fit the season I'm in. And one of those things is this idea of doing the thing that I really want to do, the project first before I do the basics. So it always was that I had this morning routine of emptying the dishwasher, getting laundry going, which pretty much I will still do the laundry part because, turning on the washing machine is not a big job and it helps me later on in the day. And making the bed, which most mornings my husband will make the bed, but I have not been getting up as early as I used to get up. Most mornings I'm sleeping in until like 7 and he's already downstairs working when I get up. So because we're now upstairs, he hasn't been making the bed as much because he's deep in his work day by the time I get out of bed. I used to feel bad if I slept in because I'm an early morning girl. And so I do love my quiet mornings when no one is up yet. But lately, I'm celebrating if I can sleep till 7 or 7:30. I'm just like, well, you must need it, right? I go to bed early. I'm definitely in bed by 10. I usually head up the stairs at 9 at night and brush my teeth and do all that and get myself into bed. And I'll watch a video to help me relax. So doing the things I really want to get done first is how I conserve my energy. And those other things just tend to get done. They either get done by me or by someone else. And honestly, if that means I have a sink full of dishes, I have a sink full of dishes. that's just one thing that not only I want to change, but I need to change, or I never get to these other things. And it's really hard to come into a bedroom. For me, if the bedroom needs to be vacuumed, if it's dirty, if I need to change the sheets and I haven't done it, there's just certain things that if I don't get to them, they stop me from relaxing. Or if I really want to declutter, there's certain things in the house that it's in my heart to do, but it's not in anyone else's heart to do. So by doing the things that are important to me first and setting aside those other things, it conserves my energy. And then I can rest up, tackle those other things, or I can ask for other people to do them. So that's pretty much what I have been doing. We have not had a consistent chore thing for the girls that live here, our daughters, in a long time. I know I need to do it. I don't know what's stopping me. So right now, like I had said, Yvonne cleaned the kitchen, and so they'll do stuff on their own. It's just not me kind of instigating or deciding what should be done. That's pretty much working. Oh, something else I'm changing is I don't feel responsible to cook every single night. My husband takes some nights. On this night, I had told the girls I had bought some enchiladas at Sam's Club that they could heat up and try and see if those were good. And the end of the day, they all ended up going out and they weren't home anyway. It was just actually Rachel and I. And Rachel, 99% of the time, cooks for herself. Unless we happen to be having something that she can eat, she'll decide to eat it with us. But even then, sometimes she has a lot of stomach issues. It might not be a night where she can branch out. She needs to just kind of stick with her chicken, rice, vegetable thing that she normally does. She's having a lot of medical tests right now, trying to figure all those things out. So anyway, I had already decided I wasn't cooking, and then my daughters, 3 out of 4, were not home. Rachel cooked for herself, I cooked for myself, and then now I have those enchiladas for the next night, which is nice because that means I won't cook the next night. Where everyone's an adult, I've taught all my girls to cook. I've always shared my kitchen with them. Sometimes I don't want others to cook or everyone to cook just because I don't want all of the dishes it causes. But, if they're cleaning up after themselves, it works out fine. And so I can kind of deplete myself during the day, wear myself right out, knowing I don't have to cook. I even could have had Robin cooking on this night, but since he was at the office, he meets with someone for Bible study afterwards, so he was not home for supper either. So it was a super quiet day, a nice day to kind of be in my own head. I listened to a Netflix show while I was doing this, which I won't recommend just because language was a big issue in this show. I can kind of tune that out, but I know not everybody can. And so that was the only real issue with this show, but I literally listened to all but maybe 3 episodes of an entire season on this day. Lately, I'm really loving action shows. Like, for example, my husband and I have been watching Blue Bloods. We started with Season 1, Episode 1, and now we are actually on the current season. It's been months of watching Blue Bloods, mostly 1 episode a night, sometimes 2. So if you have any action or mystery type shows that you are loving, let me know down in the comments section. I would love to check them out. I always like to have one show that's all mine because if I'm just editing without audio, then I like to be watching something while I edit or listening to it because, to be perfectly honest, I have a hard time keeping my attention if I don't. Undiagnosed issues with attention, maybe, I don't know, or maybe just, they blame everything on being the Sesame Street generation, and Sesame Street did start, I think it started the year I was born in 1965. Anyway, if you have any suggestions for shows that you're loving, I would love to hear all about them. I do have quite a few apps because I have Paramount Plus, Netflix, Disney, Freevee. Some of these I have the free version where you have to have commercials. Hulu, and I might have a couple more that I'm not thinking of. So let me know what you are watching, and I might watch it too. Also, a few months back, I started taking a supplement that I think I've mentioned in another video. It's called Calmade, and all it is lavender. I take one in the morning, one at night. The funny thing is, ever since I started taking it, I remember my dreams more. And last night, I had a dream about going to this like conference type thing in an RV, and this RV went on forever and ever. It was huge, and there were like 300 people in it. And I used to have a recurring dream about a house that had rooms I had never noticed, and it turned out to be this really huge house, and I could homeschool in the barn, and there was just so much. And now I'm wondering if I'm going to start having dreams about having these RVs that go on forever and ever. The strange thing about my dreams is they are so completely detailed. I'm picturing them having issues with the toilets because they had this large room that had all these different toilets, and talking to the owner, and she's upset with people leaving messes, and, seeing where she stores the toilet paper, looking at the different areas of the RV and what is stored where. I guess that's my brain that is always doing the cleaning and the decluttering and all of the things. It just was the strangest, most detailed dream. My husband was with me, but no one else in my family. It just was the funniest thing. And even talking, to the owner, to her husband, and telling her, wow, it didn't look this big from the outside. It looked like a normal RV, and hearing that's why they bought it. It just was I love it when I can remember my dreams, not necessarily if it's a nightmare, but I do find it so interesting. Do you remember your dreams? I kind of feel like I remember whatever I'm dreaming when I wake up. And they always say that you're working out problems in your head while you dream. I can't imagine what problem I was working out, except that I am actually sick of owning a home. I know it's wise financially. And so here we are. Rent is ridiculous. To rent the house the size of mine would cost way more than a mortgage. I always feel badly for people who can't afford to get into a house because rents are so ridiculously expensive. But maybe it's because I really would love a solution to not have to own a home. I even was like, if I were rich, I wouldn't be upgrading my home. I would be going around and just renting random Airbnbs. Oh my goodness. Is this something else that happens when you turn 60? You just don't word anymore. But I would love to just go around and rent Airbnbs, get to travel around. But again, if you looked at the monthly cost of that, that would be so incredibly expensive. So as you see, I turned this cabinet around in my last video. I am going to leave it where it is. I like the L-shaped, and I could not put it in the corner like this other unit is, because then the drawers would be covered by my desk. So everything's staying where it is for now until it stops working for me, and then I probably will change it. So this mirror, it has like a little sticker in the upper left corner, and I really wanted to get that sticker out. It was a mirror that belonged to my daughters when they were up here as teenagers, but if I take the sticker off, it's going to be a mess. So until I have the energy to bring up a razor blade, I'm probably leaving it. Someone here asked if I would show a declutter of these drawers that I'm at right now, and yes, it is on my list. Definitely when I go back to the closet, there's a lot more I want to organize and declutter in the closet, and a lot I want to do with our closet. So it'll be coming. Do I know when? No. I know there's lots who want me down in the basement, and so I'm trying to figure out, 1 or 2 days a week that I could go down in the basement. So far, I've just been doing the things that are most important to me, and that's why I haven't gotten down there yet. I definitely want to do a refresh reset to the areas of the home that I don't get to in this very long video. And so maybe I will do that today and get down to the basement tomorrow. One thing I like about filming in the basement is that there's no one around as far as my family, and I can just focus on what I'm doing, and I can make it a very chit-chatty video that's in real time. Whereas when I do a video like this, I tend to more be listening to something to get me through the cleaning, So I'm doing a voiceover like I'm doing now, and I don't get to talk to the camera quite as much. I'd like to change that. I really would in 2025. Definitely one of my goals. What I love about filming is you can't see the dirt. So every once in a while, I like to show you my cloth so you can see that I would never in my life waste time cleaning something that was already clean. Oh my goodness, can't even imagine. And you can't see really all the dirt that is on the floor beside my bed, but trust me, it's more than what you could see, and I'm getting that all vacuumed up. I really do need a good vacuum. This was a good vacuum. I love the suction of this Dyson, but it's several years old now, and sometimes when I am vacuuming up, say, kitty litter or anything sand, we have a gravel driveway, then when I shut the vacuum off, some of that gravel and sand will fall out. I'm just trying to decide if I want to stay with a cordless, which doesn't have as much suction as a corded vacuum, or if I want to stay with cordless. I've been thinking about getting a Shark because they are much more reasonably priced than a Dyson. I did appreciate Dyson as a company because we had the engine or motor, not engine, the motor burn out on this before it was even 2 years old. And of course, at the time, I was definitely vacuuming every day. But all it took was an email to Dyson, no questions asked, and I had bought this on Amazon. I did not buy it directly from Dyson, but I had put a 2-year warranty on it. So we emailed the company, and they sent the top piece that has the motor in it, no questions asked. So I was very, very appreciative of their customer service. But I feel like for the price, Dyson's a pretty pricey vacuum. I don't feel like it lasts long enough for the price. And even though I've had mine several years, the past, I would say 2 years, I've not really been happy with its performance. So I would say you get a good 3 years out of it. I do have extra filters, and I do try to keep the filters changed and to be washing filters, because if you don't, then definitely it's not going to perform well. So I'm getting this shelf wiped out. A lot of the stuff here is my husband's, and I do need some time to go over things with him, decide what he would like to have near where he's working, because as you know, my traveling businessman has moved to the dining room. One of you said he's worked in every room of the house. I think that's actually true. I'm not sure he's ever worked in a kitchen. He's never set up office in the kitchen or the living room, but he has literally been in bedrooms, dining room, spare bedrooms, on our 3-season porch, in the basement, which I do not like him working in the basement. He's done it to be helpful at times, but I just know that's not a great atmosphere for him. He does not enjoy being in a basement, and that's where the cat boxes and such are. So I really try to resist whenever he offers to be in the basement. I'm like, no, absolutely not. You're not going to the basement, because I know he actually doesn't like it. He'll say he doesn't care, but it's just not the best atmosphere down there. Maybe someday I can change that, but today's not that day, and tomorrow's not looking good either. I'd love to know what you're working on in your home. Let me know in the comment section below. I especially love to know what you do when you watch my video. If you are new to my channel, I'm a married mom of 7 kids, ages 18 all the way up to 31. 3 of my sons are all married, living on their own, and my 4 daughters are living with us. And I love to post all things cleaning, organizing, decluttering, some decorating, and even cooking. And I love to encourage other people who are like me, just trying to get it all done through all of life's ups and downs and chronic pain and illnesses and all the things that we all deal with day to day. So I hope that you'll stick around, watch some more of my videos, and see if this might be a place you would like to stick around. I'd also love if you would introduce yourself in the comment section so I could say hi. One of my goals for 2025 is if I find a good place for something, I label it so that people know where it is. If I've changed the location, I text it to anyone in the family who might need to know, along with a picture, so there's no question. So that drawer is where I'm putting all of our financial and bill stuff, really bill stuff. I forgot I had the camera on, so I'm taking little micro breaks in between things. So I wanted to move out to the hallway. I am writing down my little brain dump here, so I want to clean out the bedside table, like declutter it. I want to clean out these drawers here and any of my husband's stuff in here. Oh, I need to declutter paperwork. And then I also want to shampoo this rug. It was done before Christmas, but honestly, I wasn't the one who did it, which doesn't mean it wouldn't have been any different. Maybe it's just not, I don't know. It needs another go over. I also want to shampoo the rug in the hall because we've never shampooed it since we got it. It's a very thick pile, so I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I have liked that shampooer so far. I'm listening to a show while I work, and that's really helping me kind of get through it. So I'm going to keep going, but I also have electrolyte in my water because sometimes I do find that helps me too. So we started this at 10 o'clock. It is 11:37. No, I started talking to you at 10. Did I really start cleaning though? No, I was putting on my makeup. I probably didn't start cleaning until like 10:20, almost 10:30, and it's 11:37. So I'm still good to keep going. I'm going to do that hallway, and I might do a little bit in the bathroom. I was going to do the shower today, but I don't think I have the energy. Plus, I don't want to be in these clothes when I do the shower because I do use bleach. Or some mildew stain remover, but I think it must have bleach in it. Anyway, I'm going to keep on and going. Off to the hallway I go with all of my cleaners, and I have this unit in the hallway. It is going to stay there. In fact, I've even been thinking about getting a second one. It all depends on how much space I have, how much space I feel like I need. I really don't love storing things in the basement because I feel like if we use it all the time, it needs to fit in the house. And then storage is for things like Christmas or off-season. I don't mind off-season things, especially when it comes to obviously kayaks, life jackets, ice skates, that sort of thing. But when it comes to these everyday things, I would really prefer everything to fit in the upstairs. So I had some trash here, as I gather things. This cup I am going to declutter. That is the pump to our air mattress. So as I go, a lot of times I'll throw things in the hallway to get them out of my bedroom, and then I go to the hallway and they have to either go upstairs or downstairs or wherever they need to go. Well, obviously not upstairs. I am upstairs. So I'm putting those back in because they're all going to end up going downstairs. That green clock is also going to be decluttered. It belonged to my daughter, and she no longer uses it. It's been on my husband's side of the bed, but he never changed it when the time changed. Back in, when was that? October, November? Anyway, I feel like if he were using it, he would have changed the time. So I could double check with him, but that's going to Goodwill. I'm about 99% positive. I'm also considering either painting the top of this little cabinet or putting wallpaper on it, the wallpaper that's in my bathroom. Haven't decided. You can see those rings on the bottom right corner. So it has some damage on it. You know, we bought this years ago. I would not be all that upset if I ended up ruining it. So what I might do is try painting it first, and if I don't like how that looks, then I'll just go ahead and slap some wallpaper on it. If you saw my linen closet organized and decluttered, then you know I found extra wallpaper I didn't know I had. This trash can that I'm cleaning right now used to be in the bathroom, and then I got one that was the rattan. I don't know how to say that, but you know, the kind of like the grass or basket type material. I got it at Target for $25. You'll see it in a minute because I'm going to empty it. So this trash can is going to go in my bedroom because I did have a trash can in my bedroom, but my husband put it under some pipes in the bathroom in case the pipes drip, because it's where we need to put the second vanity. And so I thought, well, that's fine. I can use this trash can in my bedroom. So we just keep moving things around. It's fine. I love it when I catch my clumsiness on camera because this is me most of the time, and I'm always having things fall or whatever, and everybody knows it. No one even blinks when things come tumbling down the stairs. Sometimes I'm tossing them down the stairs on purpose, but sometimes they just come tumbling down. Nobody thinks anything of it because it's just who I am, so I love to catch that on video, and it's funny, I don't often get to catch it, so whenever I do, I'm going to point it out because I think it's funny, and it's just reality, you know. It's Karen not having her stuff together. My mother used to always say, if your head and your body could be going in the same direction, you wouldn't drop things quite so often, and I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know I am often dropping things. This rug I absolutely love. It's fairly new. It goes up the stairs, and it's mostly beige, but it has gray in it because I'm committed to not only having neutral colors, but colors that match my cats so that you can't see all of their hair, and it works like a charm. Or I'll think, what color would this be when it discolors? And I'll just buy that color because I think, okay, it's going to discolor to this anyway, so I might as well just have that color and then put something pretty on top of it. I guess you can't really see that trash can very well. I got it at Target for $25, but that's the one I like. And then the white one was in my room, and it's there under those pipes to catch any drips. So what it's been catching is people's long curly hair, so I need to wipe it out. And then I was going to put a trash can liner in there. A little nervous to do that because I'm afraid that's going to be an invitation for people to put their trash in it. I didn't get it perfectly cleaned. I would have to soak it to do that, and I just wasn't willing, but I did get it most of the way clean, and then I put a trash liner in it. I really came in the bathroom because I was emptying the other trash can, so I thought, oh, I should empty this one too. And then when I emptied that one, I thought I should put a liner in this one. Well, then I thought, well, I actually need to clean it before I put a liner in it. So this is how that happened. And of course, I emptied the trash, and then I always find trash to put in the trash right away. It's just how life works. It's just how I work. See, because I didn't empty my vacuum cleaner, and I wanted to empty it, and then I noticed, oh, look at all the dirt around here, so I should just vacuum up this dirt while I'm right here, and then I'll go back out into the hallway. So this is how I clean, and I am only as organized and methodical as I am because I'm filming. If I wasn't filming, I would be all over the place. Also, where you saw the toilet paper, that is actually a lampshade that I got at Goodwill, and I absolutely love it. I'm getting the corners here where the rug meets the wall because stuff just kind of hides in there. So that's just that little bit that I just did, and the little corners in the bathroom. Oh my goodness, Leo's outside my door crying. I cannot believe it. Okay, let me go get my cat. You will notice, if you haven't already, different parts in this video coming up where Leo is following me around again. So he's back to his little mischievous and follow you around, watch what you're doing self. So that's wonderful. It just shows how much better he is feeling. Oh, if you have an active cat and then he's suddenly not active, it's kind of alarming, I have to say. So getting the toilet clean, purposely not zooming you in for this one. You don't need to see it, but if you need motivation to clean your toilet, here I am. I am here for you. I wasn't too concerned about doing the tub because two of my daughters like to wash the tub, or at least, clean it up basically before they take their daily shower. They just don't get the surround as well as I would do because I actually don't think they do the surround. They're not concerned with the shelving. And it's just there's minerals in my water that even if it's not something like soap scum or that sort of thing, the minerals do build up and I have to kind of keep up with it or it gets slimy, honestly. It's gross, but true. Sometimes I will even wipe all that down while I'm in the shower. I'll just take one of those method wipes and bring it in with me and give everything a quick wipe down, which is why I like to have shampoo bottles and such in another area. And yes, I have definitely tried giving everybody a caddy to keep their things in. I have one daughter who does not keep her, actually two that don't keep her stuff in the shower, and I have one daughter who uses like 10 different shampoos and soaps, and that's pretty much what's in there besides my husband's stuff. So yeah, and then I had a black mark on the wall. I thought I could get out quick. All right, so in this alcove here, that's next on my, it'll be its own video, making a makeup area for myself, continuing to get things organized the way I want them, and then after that it will be like decorating the walls, which is super exciting. But I got this curtain panel at Walmart, and I got it because it's gray. I'm kind of doing the whole gray beige white thing lately. Let's see what it says for it's Better Homes and Gardens. Wash all panels at the same time, machine wash cold gentle cycle with like colors, use only not turbo dry low. So pretty inexpensive. Hello. I'm not crazy. I didn't actually mean to buy one that had ties for the top of the curtain rod. But there is still a hole. I wonder, then I got a tension rod because that's what I plan to use. I do need to get a hook because I want to be able to pull it to the side and hook it when I'm putting on my makeup, and then the rest of the time it can be completely invisible is the hope. And by the way, after I figure this out, I'm going to go take a lunch break. It is 12:18, so I went another half an hour, and then I'm going to be putting this curtain up. No, that doesn't fit, so I'll have to do the tie things, which will, oh, actually, it's like that. And then I can just choose to either let these drag or make bows. They just let them hang on the picture. So yeah, I think it'll be cute, and I want to test this out and just make sure I got the right size of tension rod. I can also see that I need to iron that, so I'm going to take it downstairs so that when I'm done with my lunch, I can iron it. Okay, what do you do? Oh, I see. You twist it. You twist it to open it more. I like to buy these cheapy ones. Plus, I didn't really want it to show anyway, so I didn't need a fancy tension rod, so like, oh yeah, this is perfect. Going for like $5, I would have put it right here, but because of this window, I can't. So it'll just be, so this is good, so I can figure out where I want to put the hook so that I can hook it, and I'll probably have to buy a tie back. But I'm glad to see that this works. Before I hang that curtain, I am going to iron it. I hate ironing curtains, but every time I don't iron curtains, I regret it. I can't tell you how many videos I have seen of people putting up new curtains, and they put up wrinkled curtains. And then I feel like as I watch them, continue watching them in other videos, the curtains don't look that wrinkled. That doesn't seem to work for me. Once I bought a steamer so that I could hang the curtains and then steam them, but I think I didn't buy one that was expensive enough. Maybe I bought one that was too cheap, and it didn't really work well either. So far, nothing replaces me dragging out the ironing board and ironing those curtains. You can see I am watching my show while I am switching over the laundry. I do love to keep the laundry rolling, and I am planning to fold it on this day. That's a great thing for me to do when I'm just done and too tired to do anything else. So one of the little secrets too, maybe it's another thing I'm changing when I turn 60, is moving very, very slowly. So this is sped up double time. At least some of my clips are 4 times, but most of the ones in this video are 2 times. But I move very slowly, and that helps me. In fact, if I'm too tired to do something, or I'm sore or something, I just tell myself, it's okay, go very, very slow, you know? So, for example, going down to the basement to get the ironing board and haul it up the stairs. It's okay, Karen. You're going to go very, very slow. You'll be fine, because I am still nursing the tendons in my foot. It just doesn't look like it in this video, maybe because I am going double speed here. So doing things very slowly is something else that I've changed. I think I've mentioned it before, instead of going quickly. And here I am taking a little break, but I wanted you to see Leo. He's active. Woozy's up in his little, first story tower, and Leo was just tempted to go after Woozy's tail. But Woozy's checking for birds, and Leo is just using the scratch post. I need to get a new scratch post for them. And I was putting away my boots, which I never put away. Got out my iron, going to get it plugged in, and we're going to get those curtains ironed. This job doesn't look that long here on the video, but it took forever to iron this one curtain, because if I had it on the highest setting, the iron, then it was kind of sticking to the curtain, so I was afraid of it melting or burning. So I had to turn it down a little bit, but turning it down meant the folds weren't coming out that well, so I kind of kept going over the same spots over and over. Of course, I had to burn myself at least once, because, who am I if I'm not burning myself? Other than cleaning for company before Christmas, it just feels like it's been a long time since I have just spent a day cleaning my house, where that was really the only thing on my agenda. I probably fizzled out at about 2 o'clock, and then that's when you'll see me folding laundry. And
That's always the best thing to do at the end because I still feel like I'm able to stretch, what I'm able to get done a little bit. And then you don't see me putting the laundry away because it was a couple hours. In fact, I have towels and stuff ready to come up the stairs in a basket because they're kind of heavy for me, and I'm going to let my husband bring them upstairs. I brought my clothes up, but I haven't actually put them away because I was done. And so, another change is that when I'm done, and I don't push myself anymore. I push myself a bit. I won't say I don't push myself at all, but, I'm not going to kill myself to clean the house. It just goes on tomorrow's list. So there are definitely things like the floors in the downstairs I don't get to on this day. Definitely the dining room that I've been dying to get to, I don't get to on this day. But when I'm done, I'm done. And then the next day or the next day that I have time, I'll just get started right up again. And it is literally okay to just wait. Nothing's gonna happen.
I love it. Perfect.
I went back and forth on this curtain being gray because of the white curtains, but it does pick up the headboard of my bed, and I really like that. And those curtains are just there, left over from the girls. I probably won't keep those curtains long term. I just haven't figured out what I want to do as far as curtains. I could continue that gray curtain all the way across. I don't know if I would like gray curtains throughout or if it would kind of be depressing. But I think it works for that spot because I have a gray headboard. And I could even put curtains behind the headboard to kind of continue that look up. I don't know. So many decisions. I am not confident when it comes to decorating walls. So I'm going to be looking online to little principles and things to follow. And then I will start trying and definitely be bringing you all along for that process. So getting the dishwasher emptied out and I'll get it filled. There really wasn't too much to do, so I was happy about that. And I am at a point nearing the end of my energy. So again, I've sped this up, but you can trust me when I say I am going quite slow, and now it is time to get the laundry switched again.
So here I am going into the washing machine and throwing all the clothes on the floor because I like to think that that's a new aesthetic.
Unfortunately, most of the clothes are Yvonne's.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh, good girl. Okay, Lucrecia.
I thought my regular friends here would enjoy seeing Yvonne. She's doing better. They had put her on a medication for an infection that she had that was making her sick, but now she's off of that. Thank goodness. She, poor girl, cannot catch a break. But this Sunday, she will be officially halfway through her pregnancy. That is super exciting. So she is just doing what she can to be ready, and she's resting, and she is job hunting now because she feels like she feels good enough to return to work. So that's very exciting. If you are a praying person, I would love it if you would pray that she could find a job close to home. She really doesn't want the long drive anymore. She'd like to be within like 15, 20 minutes of the house. But so far, the places she's applied to, she has not heard anything. One of them is a grocery store. And I honestly do not know the secret to being hired there. I don't know if you have to be in a certain age demographic or what. I have seen teenagers working there, but I have a feeling they know somebody. So I don't know. It would be great because she'd be close to home, but I just keep encouraging her. God knows the perfect timing of when you should return to work. And even though you think you have the energy, it could backfire if you're not ready. So she's just doing the best she can to try. Look at me with my 2 drinks. One is because I wanted to have a Dr. Pepper Zero, but I still had my water with the electrolyte in it. So I just put both of them here. I'm getting ready to fold that laundry. And I bet I've got enough loads here because there's a third basket you can't see. Again, I probably haven't folded laundry since the last time you saw me fold laundry. So there is plenty to be done. I really don't mind folding, and I'm just watching my show, getting it propped up there. and folding away and enjoying myself, quite honestly. And I find it relaxing. I have something in my ears. Honestly, this was one of the, it's hard to say this because I'm cleaning, but it was honestly one of the most relaxing days I have had in a really, really long time. I thoroughly enjoyed myself and getting all of these things done. So after folding the laundry, then we're going to head into the kitchen and I will show you that shrimp dish that I made. It was really good. I will say my complaint about it, if you chose to make it, I didn't want the egg in it. You know how fried rice has egg in it? So I opted to just do more shrimp to get the protein. And honestly, also I chose to use cabbage mix instead of cauliflower rice. And for me, the ratio of shrimp to vegetable was not right. There was way too much shrimp, whereas I really, really, really love the vegetables. So I would have liked it better if I had more vegetables and less shrimp. But it was really good tasting. I was super happy that I added the ginger. And I put in almost the amount of oil they said, and then I reserved so that I could do a splash of the sesame oil, probably a teaspoon. So I was really glad I did that too, because I felt like if you add sesame oil and ginger, I mean, for both of those things, a little goes a long way. And if you over season with either one of them, you are going to know it because it's going to be nasty. But if you do just a little bit of both, it's really quite yummy. I haven't put a song in my videos with lyrics in a while, so I thought I would put one in that I'm really enjoying. And so if it bothers you, you can either turn the volume down or skip over to where you see me cooking. If you see me with a different shirt on, then you know you've hit the right spot.
I can never repay you for all you are and all you've done for me. I couldn't thank you enough. My worship could never measure how I feel. So I'll be an offering at the potter's wheel. I give you my life. I offer my best, a sacrifice. Whatever you ask, morning and night, and every hour that shall pass, it's yours to have and hold, to mold and shape. Lord, fill this place. So fill this place. Fill this place. I am a vessel born of your clay. Lord, fill this place. I can never for all you are and all you've done, so much for me, so much for me. I couldn't praise you enough. My worship, it could never measure how I feel. It never measure how I feel. Offering at the potter's wheel. So I give you my life. I owe it all. I offer my best, a sacrifice. Whatever you ask, morning and night and every hour.
All right, this recipe is Optavia, which is Optavia. shrimp fried cauliflower rice. So what I am doing first is I am getting a half cup of diced bell pepper chopped and 1 scallion. Now I will say I'm not measuring because it also called for, well, for other vegetables it called for half cup of green beans and 2 cups of rice cauliflower for 2 servings. I'm making 2 servings. So I did 2 cups of a cabbage mix. So I was fine with the bell pepper being closer to 1 full cup because I'm not doing the half cup of green beans, if that is clear as mud. It called for 1 tablespoon of canola oil and it said divided. I put down all the oil at once. I used avocado oil because that's what I prefer and did just, I was obviously eyeballing it. So my intention was just shy of a tablespoon and then just, as you saw, tiniest bit, probably a teaspoon of sesame oil. And then it said to put down 1 garlic clove minced and the 1 scallion minced, which green onion is the same as scallion, in case you don't know. And it said to mix that up until it was aromatic, about 1 to 2 minutes. Now, if I had been using the egg, I would have heated half the oil on medium-high. I would have poured in 2 egg whites and 1 whole egg, and I would have scrambled it up, seasoned it with salt and pepper, and removed it from the heat and just set it aside. I'm not a big fan of egg in my fried rice. Now I'm adding my defrosted cooked shrimp. So this is the salad shrimp that you get in the grocery store. They told me to use 12 ounces of raw shrimp peeled and deveined. I am using just regular pre-cooked shrimp. Also, I'm going to cook it more than the 1 to 2 minutes they say because I really like my shrimp overcooked. And you can see me just kind of sprinkling in some ginger. I was worried I did too much, but it seemed to be just right too. Do you think maybe a teaspoon? I also turned up the heat because there was still a little bit of frozenness left in the shrimp, which means it was going to add a lot of water. Now I am adding my green bell pepper and stirring that around, and that it said for 1 minute. And then I'm going to be adding the cabbage and the soy sauce, tossing it well. My regret here, I overcooked the cabbage. So once you overcook cabbage, then it goes to nothing. But you see how it's all pre-shredded. I'm adding salt and pepper here, and then the 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I use tamari. I measure with my heart. I think 1 tablespoon is not enough. That's just me. But I will say the reason you put the soy sauce in at the end is if you have vegetables that really are going to absorb the soy sauce, I would say broccoli is definitely one of those. It absorbs it to the point that it's so salty you don't want to eat it. So, I mean, you could get the low salt, but still, I just think it's too much. So, kind of measure with my heart, add more if I need to. What I should have done, especially where this cabbage was shredded so finely, spread it around, let it be al dente. And I will say that with the rice cauliflower. If you buy the frozen rice cauliflower, I would go ahead and defrost it in the microwave. I would drain it. This ended up being a soup because the moisture in the shrimp never did cook out, but it was still super, super yummy. But, keep those vegetables al dente. I like doing more than 1 serving at a time. I'm going to show you just about all of it in a bowl, but I like to do more than 1 serving at a time because then I can eat it another night. I'm not quite sure if I would eat it more than twice. I don't know. That's why I'm just kind of doing the 2 servings and calling it good. Here it is in all of its glory. I hope this brought you motivation, encouragement, inspiration. Remember, as always, God loves you. I love you too. And I can't wait to see you next time.